Bonjour mes amis et messieurs, ici Westman0071. On se retrouve sur une vidéo et stream de Railroads Online où on devrait, on va dire, c'est l'objectif du stream, finir, oh joli petit canyon là, finir la ligne du bois et en théorie aussi faire rouler un train dessus. En tout cas ça c'est ce qui est prévu. Et si c'est pas ça qui se passe, je serais fortement déçu. Donc bonjour tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. Moi je vais très bien, je suis assez excité, on va dire. Puisque dès qu'on aura fini cette ligne, on pourra faire rouler notre premier train sur cette map. Alors pour ceux qui veulent savoir pourquoi je ne fais pas de changement d'inclinaison de terrain actuellement, c'est parce que je sais que la gare de triage est approximativement la même... vous savez quoi, on peut vérifier ça maintenant. Alors la ligne normalement elle est... elle est un peu plus à droite que ce que je pensais. On est à combien à peu près? Qui ne détecte pas le truc tellement il est loin. Ok. Je pensais pas que ça allait être un problème. Mais apparemment ça l'est. Oups. Après en soi c'est bon signe parce que ça veut dire quand même que la ligne va être assez longue. Par contre sur la map en termes de vise, comment est-ce qu'on est pas mal? Je devrais un peu aller vers la droite. En même temps tout le truc est vers la droite alors. Là c'est les moments où il faut vérifier. Par contre la musique est très sympa. Est-ce que j'ai désactivé le cycle jour-nuit? Oui, mais je vais le réactiver parce que il y a quelque chose de très cool qui va arriver. Map. Ok, je devrais faire légèrement plus serré. Donc 500 mètres par exemple. Alors si c'est exactement la même hauteur, par contre je serais fortement surpris, mais j'apprécierais la surprise. Est-ce que 500 mètres c'est le numéro magique ici? Ah possiblement, peut-être un peu plus serré, mais... On commence à voir la ligne là-bas. Possiblement un peu plus serré, oui effectivement. Ça m'a l'air beaucoup mieux. Je crois que je le vois là-bas, yep. Ouais, je vois la ligne là-bas. Alors qu'est-ce que ça donne sur la carte? Je crois que j'ai... Alors déjà ça c'est très large comme... Ouais non, il faudrait que je fasse d'ici vers là-bas. À moins que je continue. Alors juste pour contexte, je mange des cookies, donc il y a un peu de miettes sur le bureau. Bon, vous le voyez pas parce que c'est sous la caméra et aussi sous l'écran, mais... Je crois qu'on est à peu près à la même hauteur. Je crois qu'on est même légèrement plus haut. À voir. Là, il y avait l'histoire de la colline, me semble, que je pouvais pas faire. Hop. Donc si je fais d'ici. Alors c'est largement plus haut. Est-ce que c'est 750? Non, 750 c'est trop large. 600, non. 500. Ok. Ah, c'est étonnant que c'est ce côté-là qui est plus élevé que l'autre. Je m'attendais à l'inverse. Bon, ce qui est bien. Oups. J'ai pas encore supprimé des rails de l'autre côté donc. Des rails. J'ai pas encore supprimé les arbres, les rochers, etc. Alors où est-ce qu'on pourrait raccourcir ça? Très large. Je pourrais couper comme ça. Est-ce que c'est... Ouais, quasiment la même hauteur. Peut-être descendre un tout petit peu. Non, quoique peut-être pas. Même si je descends ici... Non, je suis à 0,5. Là on est plutôt pas mal. Même si 300 mètres ça me semble un peu forcé, mais peut-être 400 serait un peu mieux. Ah, quoique peut-être 300, en fin de compte c'était pas si mal que ça. Ou pas. Ah, on s'en rapproche quand même doucement. Hein. Ça donne quoi? Ça donne pas mal. Si je supprime lui et que je fais... Ils sont... J'ai pris que le 1? Ouais. Si je fais 2 ici... Ah. Lui... On est à peu près... Ouais, ça va, c'est acceptable. J'aime mieux la courbe extérieure, mais ça colle mieux par rapport au rail qui est... C'est quoi sur les cartes? Ça va, ça va. Ok, bah... Go couper les arbres. Et après, il faudra qu'on vérifie que l'industrie et les rails qu'il nous faut. Est-ce que je viens de le voir grandir? Est-ce que c'est mon cerveau qui me joue des tours ou j'ai vu grandir? Alors par contre, s'il y a des arbres qui grandissent, non, je n'accepte pas. Je sais pas pourquoi mon cerveau me dit il a grandi le truc, mais à moins que c'est une histoire de visuel ou je ne sais quoi par rapport au jeu. Par contre, elle est vraiment cool cette ligne. Ah non. Cette ligne est vraiment cool. Première ligne du serveur quand même, hein, et le résultat, franchement, jusque-là, vraiment stylé. Vraiment très stylé pour le coup. Oh putain, il va à vitesse lumière lui. Et lui aussi. C'est des jumeaux. Il y en a un, il a fait tu peux pas aller plus vite que moi, je dois aller plus vite que toi. Un truc comme ça. Euh. Ah, par contre, s'il y a des arbres qui poussent, faudra peut-être que je vérifie qu'il n'y a pas des petits arbres sous le ballast. Il y a du monde qui joue à Apex Legends, il y a un événement ou qu'est-ce qui se passe? J'ai pas mal de gens qui jouent à Apex Legends en ce moment, c'est parce qu'il y a... Bon, à mon avis, il y a un événement Halloween, je pense, en théorie, vu tous les jeux qui font des événements Halloween. Mais quand même, hein, il y a la moitié de mes amis, je crois, sur Steam en tout cas. Ils sont repartis. Ils font... Lui, il est bugué. Ils font du Apex Legends en ce moment, donc je me demande s'il y a un événement, quelque chose que j'ai raté. Peut-être même une mise à jour, ça se peut. Et je crois jusque là, il n'y a rien à s'inquiéter. Yep. Et d'ailleurs, quelqu'un m'a fait une remarque que j'ai trouvé très correcte. Puisque la map est très grande, l'apport en charbon va devenir une priorité. Et c'est vraiment c'est correct. Donc si par exemple de ce côté là je fais une voie spéciale pour alimenter un train en charbon, même ici ce serait mieux. À voir. Mais en gros faire une ligne où... en vrai je pense que je vais faire ici. Même si je pourrais faire ça là-bas, c'est mieux peut-être. Oups. D'ailleurs je vais sauvegarder. Et il faudra que j'achète les petits wagons d'ailleurs. Bah ici je pourrais faire une ligne de support pour le charbon. Donc par exemple ouais. Faut que je réfléchisse où est-ce que je vais faire les rangements pour le charbon. Parce qu'en théorie tous les trains qui viennent ici, ils viennent de quelque part par là-bas et ils montent ou inversement ils descendent. Ok, je vais pas faire ça maintenant parce que je sais absolument pas qu'est-ce que ça va donner. De toute façon la ville je vais pas la construire avant un bon moment. L'eau. Quelqu'un m'a dit d'ailleurs que c'est mieux que je lie. Euh, Est-ce que je peux avoir les rails? Merci. Donc le rail du point de liaison qui est ici à là-bas. Parce que ce serait un peu plus smooth et je suis parfaitement d'accord avec cette remarque. Ouais, ça change pas grand chose, mais quand même, c'est un bon détail. Merci pour la personne qui me l'a fait savoir. D'ailleurs, quelqu'un qui était anonyme sur Discord, ou pas, sur Gmail, parce qu'il m'a littéralement envoyé un mail pour ça. Mais je sais pas qui c'est parce que c'était en anonyme. Donc ironiquement, merci personne anonyme. Je pourrais pas te faire des crédits du coup sur le stream, mais ouh, ça rase le terrain. Ah, intéressant. Ça rase le terrain, mais ça va en vrai, c'est pas non plus. Et du coup ici, bon quelqu'un a déjà dit qu'il est là, je vais devoir faire un pont, ça on est bien d'accord. Faudra faire un pont pour que je reparte. Je pourrais lier ça là-bas, mais je pense pas que c'est nécessaire. Ou là. Ou lier le rail ici. Hmm. Prévision à voir. Mais au moins là, bon là déjà le principal, j'ai juste fait une ligne d'extension. Je vais peut-être faire d'ailleurs un pont temporaire, très temporaire, hein. C'est aussi pour me faire un mémo que je devais devoir enlever ce truc. Parce que je sais pas la longueur des... Alors je sais que les wagons sont petits, mais je sais pas quelle est la longueur exacte. Donc je me donne une marge au cas où que j'arrive pas à freiner. Même si je pense pas que je vais dépasser autant que ça, mais... Alors du coup, suivant. Le dépôt n'est pas relié parce qu'on va faire pour le moment le 100 000. Alors, objectif d'aujourd'hui, c'est déjà faire rouler un train. Déjà ça. Par contre, dans ce cas, il faut que je re-raille Betsy qui est là-bas à là en haut. Et qu'après, j'achète les wagons. Bonjour Betsy. Ah oui, putain, j'ai pas... Ah si, j'ai une tour d'eau là-bas. Bonjour. Bon. Ne dites rien, je sais que c'est pas très gameplay. Mais bon. On est au début du jeu. Je peux me permettre de faire ça. Et on est vraiment au début quoi. Merci beaucoup. Suivant. Non, non. Ah. Ça, tu t'es toujours pas coupé? Bon, d'accord. Ce serait bien si on peut rayer un train complet, mais bon, je pense pas que c'est nécessaire. Surtout qu'en théorie, si tu dérailles wagon par wagon et non un train complet. Et si tu dérailles un train complet, c'est qu'il y a un gros problème. En soi même, j'aurais pu construire un ride ici à là-bas assez simplement, mais bon. Actuellement, ma priorité, c'est juste d'activer le cycle jour-nuit. Et de faire rouler un train. Et les wagons, les petits wagons d'ailleurs, je vais que les acheter au début, comme c'est ce que j'avais dit sur Lake Valley de base. Sauf que sur Lake Valley, dès que j'avais assez d'argent, j'ai acheté les gros wagons, ce qui était une énorme erreur parce qu'ils sont très lourds. Et surtout qu'en termes de longueur de train, ils stockent moins. Bon, rien n'empêche que les wagons d'après, les tiers d'après, il me faut quand même la taille normale. Mais là, il me faut juste assez de bois pour pouvoir farmer la base, quoi. Alors, il me faut lui. Je veux pas perdre le temps de les renommer parce que dans tous les cas, je vais les vendre, vendre entre guillemets vendre. Je vais les vendre après, donc je m'inquiète pas non plus sur le nom des wagons. Alors ils s'accrochent presque quand tu les railles comme ça, hein, c'est plutôt intéressant. Et du coup ce soir je pensais peut-être faire un peu de Dead by Daylight ou je ne sais pas, en tout cas un jeu. Je vais faire un stream sur un jeu ce soir, lequel aucune idée. Peut-être Dead by Daylight, peut-être bon, ça m'étonnerait. Railroads Online, j'avais déjà dit de base que je devais faire une pause. Oh, il s'est mis au bon endroit lui. J'avais déjà dit que de base je devais faire une pause. Et en fin de compte, j'ai fait une pause de une journée. Ce qui, comment dire, est pas vraiment ce que j'avais prévu. Mais j'ai combien d'argent là? Oh putain. Mais bon, ce qui est bien. D'ailleurs, j'aurais peut-être dû tester le train en bas de la pente, voir s'il peut monter déjà tout ça avec ça à 3%. Bon. L'erreur du débutant si ça arrive. Par contre, ça coûte vraiment peu cher ces trucs-là. Hein. Ça coûte vraiment peu cher. Les freins sont aussi intéressants parce qu'ils sont fixés au niveau de la croche avant et pas le reste. Alors. Bon, on est bien d'accord, je vais plus avoir d'argent. Pourquoi tu fais à l'avant toi cette fois-ci? Je vais plus avoir d'argent après ça, mais... Même si j'aurais dû peut-être te mettre un numéro sur les wagons, je viens de penser, parce que ça me permettrait de les répertorier. Oups, c'est pas grave. Et savoir s'il y en a un qui a déraillé surtout. Je vais encore m'en acheter 3. Mauvais menu. Donc je vais... Ce serait bien si tu peux en acheter plusieurs aussi. Ça par contre, c'est un truc que pas mal de gens m'ont fait savoir. Acheter plusieurs wagons serait plus efficace qu'en acheter un à un. Par contre, oui, c'est correct. Par contre, si tu veux faire de la numérotation, du 1 à 1, c'est largement mieux. Hein. Bah, comme moi, par exemple, qui fait la numérotation des wagons, justement. Donc, oups, à prendre ça en compte. Autant faire ça. Hein. Si je peux charger un wagon, je charge un wagon. Hey, oh! Jesse James found you. No, I changed maps. I literally changed the map because I found the Lake Valley map not very enjoyable to play on. And also, which with a thing that made me laugh on the moment, the developers on their pre-laid map entirely moved the industries on the Lake Valley. So that's why I decided to not play on Lake Valley, because if the developers themselves moved the industry, that means that the basics of the industry is not so good. And also I discovered that laying track on this map by a lot of friends, and also by just building one single track, I discovered it's not very friendly. So I decided to literally change map. Change the map and go for the next map, which I heard is the best one. So that's why I'm restarting, literally restarting the entire trains stuff. Which map? Aurora Falls, big one. Yeah. By the way, I need to turn on again the daylight. Great. Day-night cycle and go towards. Yeah, that should be fine. And also save the game. And I'm entirely broke because I just bought all the train cars that I could afford to buy. So I'm literally broke. And also I'm trying to learn from my mistakes. Like, I know on the last map I bought the big rail cars instead of the small ones first, which is not ideal. From what a lot of people have told me, because the bigger cars, yes, they hold more in the long-term use, they are better for the long-term use, but they are really heavy. Like, really, really, really heavy. Pourquoi tu peux pas te charger, toi? So for now I'm just farming money. Earn 8 little ones. I don't know how many I bought, but it's way more than 8. That I can assure you. I have 7 loaded, and 5 that I need to load. So it's mathematics. 7 loaded and 5. That means I have a 12 one. Yeah, thank you. It's funny because I just made like homework about mathematics, which is quite ironic. When you discover that mathematics is quite important. I mean, to be fair, I never said like mathematics is not important. Moreover, if you're planning to work in a railroad, yeah, that's quite important. So, yeah. And also like the map. First of all, like I did on the last map, I know on Lake Valley, I looked up the industry chain of the cattle farm and basically the cattles. I discovered that it's really easy. So I thought like, okay, if it's that much easy, I could do it on any map basically. So that's what I did. I know like on Aurora Falls you have the cattle farm industry and you have the gold mine industry. And I discovered that the gold mine industry, you cannot start it with it instantly. You need to do all the normal industry chain first and then do the gold industry. So because it's not like a chain that you can start from the beginning, like literally at the start, you need like other industries to be set up. I thought like it's better to play on this map because the cattle farm industry is easy. You can start it at the start basically. So that's why I thought that. And the gold mine, the idea of the gold mine was to like to do it later. Yeah, gold is really interesting because if you look at the industry chain, first of all, to start off the industry chain of the gold, you can choose 2 different starting points that need different well, goods. The first one is the dredge that takes coal, boxes, and tubes, which is already quite pricey because all you have here is from the ironworks, which is on the left of the map. By the way, there's still the bug about this. And also you have the other starting point of the gold industry, which is the gold mine. That still takes coal, beams, rails, and toolboxes. So that's really interesting because no, there's no tunnel allowed, sadly. And then the gold ore, you take it to the stomping mill that then needs to go to the gold smelter, and then from the gold smelter you go to the railway express agency. Yeah. I mean, there's people that propose to the devs the potash industry, which to be fair, would be really interesting to have, because the potash you can make a lot of things with it. You can make gunpowder, you can make um, TNT, you can make fireworks. We will make this game modable. I mean, there's some people that did some mods really crazy. Like the first mod I saw on this game was that you could place like the narrow gauge track, which is the track we have, but on top of them, or you add another rail, which is standard gauge, and the mod adds like the nickel plate locomotive, if I remember correctly, which is a freight engine, which is really powerful. But yes, there is not much mod because, well, the game is good as it is. But yes, you can mod it if you have the time to. But not a lot of people do it because, well, first of all, the game is not released, and because of like game coding not being stable, not a lot of people do it. But yes, modding for now is available, but I don't know how much is available of modding. I never tried modding a game. By the way, one fun fact is like Betsy normally goes to around what was it, like 10, 12? Just one sec, I'm going to show you, but it's way faster, and we are downhill. So just to precise, we are downhill. But like the speed now is 25, which is understandably insane, but yeah, it works. So the trip back will be around 12, yeah, 15 basically, around 15. But we will be empty. So that's why the track here is better to start uphill and only go down and never like go up if you need to. Only go in a constant way, so that way you know like, okay, this train can go this way, or it cannot go that way. By the way, I need to check the switches here. That's the straight one that needs to be straight. That's the good one. That's the good one. You need to go to the right because instead you're going to derail. No switches here, and the track, yeah. So if you put 2 Betsy on return trip, you will get back up to 20, you think? No, no. The thing is, locomotive are capped at a high speed. So if you have a locomotive rolling at maximum said speed, the other locomotives that run lower will of course match up the speed, but will not do anything better. You cannot go faster than the top speed of a locomotive, except if you're on a downhill, which is exactly what I'm doing now. Well, now we're on a flat spot, but yeah. Yeah, you can do that. That's thanks to the map update. Oh yes. Oh yes, it's starting. Oh yes, it's starting. Oh yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, to be fair, like the first locomotive is on purpose slow and not efficient. That's why you need to buy like later locomotives that are way better. But yeah. Ouh. Juste pour information, mesdames et messieurs, c'est pour ça. Oh, ça, c'est une des raisons pourquoi je voulais jouer sur cette map. Oh, that's cool. c'est une des raisons pourquoi je voulais jouer sur cette map, c'est les aurores boréales. C'est tellement joli. I don't know if you can see them on the stream, but basically there's like night lights. I don't know how do you call it in English. But oh, that one is big. Mais ouais, c'est magnifique par contre, hein. C'est vraiment beau. Ça c'est cool. Ça c'est juste cool. Oh, there's a blue one there. There seems to be like a shade of blue on this one. But wow, I just love this. It's so beautiful. And it's really, really well made. This one is almost orange. And this one is kind of bluish. But yeah, no, most of them are... there's some that are like red, pinkish. But most of them... Do you get the lights in France? I never saw them in France. But I never I don't think we do because it's more north from us. But I know in Canada, in some part of Canada, you can see them. I was just about to ask. So in your region, is it like well known slash common? I mean, if you said quite common, it is quite common, I think. But yeah. Ouais, par contre, c'est magnifique, putain. Ça, c'est vraiment un charme. I have been very far north, and it almost feels like they will touch the ground or hit you. Yeah. Also, I'm wondering like how they did this in the game in terms of coding, because I know some games really struggle doing stuff like this. So I'm wondering like how they did it in the coding, because also they don't seem repeated. They don't repeat themselves. Like there's not like a pattern. It's like random. It's fully random, I think. That's really impressive. If it is really that random, it's just awesome. That one is really beautiful too. There is a game that does Aurora really well. It's called The Long Dark. Oh, I heard about this game. It's a game about like survival in a slow plane. Is it? Oh, well, that's quite the timing. Oh, where? Oh, the reflection on the water too. Oh, that's sick. That's sick. They're crazy, but crazy in a good way. Yeah, survival in winter, basically. Yeah. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. The train is way smaller than I predicted. Oh. That's something to take account for. Okay. I never thought that would be a problem on this train. That's new. Kind of scary too. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, so I need to unload this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, that's not really useful. Okay, I had maybe just a little stress, but everything's fine. And the lead track is way bigger than I need to. Allez, on roule à l'envers. Everything electrical no longer works except during the Northern Lights events. Oh. So is it like is it an apocalyptic world basically, or something close to this? I mean, the idea of everything electrical not working anymore seems like a really recent subject. Oh, the light even goes in the train. Oh, that's cool. Like the night lights go. Ah, it's called Northern Lights. Oh, okay. That's cool. Like you can see, not now, but when I was in the locomotive in first person, like I could see the the colors in the locomotive. There was a geomagnetic and the main character and his wife crash in a bush plane in the northern Canada. Oh, got it. That reminds me of a comic book I read, and also that I want to buy. I read it in the bookstore. Uh, is it called in French? It's called Ravage. I don't know if it's called the same thing in English. Ravage, maybe. I don't know. I will search it up. Just one sec. Ravage BD. It's made by Jean-David Morvan. Can I find it in English? ONG. It's called. No, it's still called Ravage. At least that's what it seems like. I will just alors Jean-David Morvan. I know for non-French speakers finding the name is quite difficult, so I'm putting like the author of the book, comic book, and it's called Ravage. Ravage. It's about like a solar eclipse that turns off all the electricity of the world, which is kind of similar to what you were talking about with the game. Could be that they are inspired. Yeah. But I love the comic book because the by the way it's based off a book which I don't know the name of in English, and in French I think it's called Ravage too, where literally it was made like before the Industrial Revolution, and was only like planning of what may happen. Like I know in the comic book, and there's stuff about like food molecules multiplication, which means like for instance you have meat that is duplicated with molecules, and you have like a boneless meat or something like that. And one day, like the entire electricity of the world just turns off. Uh, Planes go crashing everywhere. Flying cars fall to the ground. Really, I mean, really interesting stuff. And basically, it's kind of a critic about like the actual world, where we develop technology to be better, but because we develop technology, we lose our primal knowledge of how things work, and if and when we are just programmed to use these things and they stop working, you don't know how to do shit. I've Is it the one I'm talking about? Like with the in the chat I said like the name of the author. Oh god, you have the green light on the ground when there's, oh god, this one is big. This one is wow. This one is quite big. That's cool though. I don't know if it's the one I'm talking about, because but it's not same as what, yeah. But do you know the one I'm talking about, or is it only available in France? If it is, it's sad because it's quite well made. The drawings are also very graphic, but in a realistic way, which is understandable given the context of the book. So how many money did I make, by the way? A good amount. I got guilty, but it's not showing up. Some of his other works does, though, like Ted Bundy. Maybe it's not in French. Maybe the name is in French, or is it on, or it's only available in France, which is, well, quite kind of a bummer if it is. Because like I just read like the first tome. There is 3 tomes about the story. I read the first one. It was a banger. Like the first one is insanely good. I know I saw like a fraction of the second tome, where there is a fire in Paris, because the entire story happens in Paris. Like there's a fire, and you have firefighters that cannot like extinguish the fire. Normally they take buckets to well, extinguish the fire, but the fire spreads really fast, and in one moment there's like the hero and his group that goes to the museum, and you see firefighters starting up a steam engine to pump the water out and spray it onto the fire, which is, it's just so, this idea on that specific scene is just so cool, because like you realize the world is not working as it's supposed to be, because they're using things that normally are just here for display, not even useful, and now they're using it because they don't know how to make anything else work. And also the irony about like firefighters starting up a steam engine that needs fire to work. That's just the irony of this is just so awesome. And the critic also is quite heavy. But just the comic book, and I didn't read the book, but my father did, and apparently it's awesome. But like just that scene in the comic book, it's on spot. Do you know a short story called Finite 451? I heard of it. My father told me about the name of the movie. We never looked. At least I didn't look. By Ray Bradbury. Is it a book? Is it a film? I don't know. I think it's a book, if I remember correctly. I think I even studied it in class. In that book, firemen burn books. They don't put fires out. Oh. So apparently it's a book, but it's also a movie. Interesting. I think there was a lesson in my philosophy class where we studied like utopias and dystopias, and I think that's one we had in the dystopias category, where everything doesn't make sense. So for instance, like the I think it was The Building of Love, that in reality is about gestures all the wars. I think something like that, so the words are inverted. Was required reading in school. Ah. I know the book if what I just said as an example is in the book. I know some parts of it if it's the one I'm talking about, but only the school parts I studied, nothing else. I need to check because I still have like the lessons of the philosophia class somewhere in the storage over there, but I think yeah, I think I read like some part of it last year because it was at school. Also, I know like I know a famous book that is dystopian because well, where we're talking about this, uh, Big Brother is watching you. I know the name, I know the reference, but I don't know the book. I don't know the book. I never read it. I want. I kind of want to read it, but to be fair, I'm not that much of a reader. Yeah, 1984. That's the one. Yeah, George Orwell. That's exactly the one. I mean, to be fair, it's funny because there's some books here and there that I want to read, but at the same time, I'm not a big fan of reading, which is kind of a bummer. But oh well. Wow. Like when the book was published, or when the year, like the proper year. I think you're talking about the year in this instance. At least that's what I'm thinking. I mean, the sentence says in 1984, the year. Yeah, that's what I figured. I was 19. I mean, it's quite ironic that I'm 19 now. That's quite the timing of conversation. So that means you're freaky. I mean, it's talking about life, so we're talking about life, so it's kind of understandable. Like you have some people younger than other people, some people are younger for others, older and younger, so it makes sense. It's not that much strange. It's normal. So that means if you were like 19 at that time, that means that's now you're around 59. Is that right? Did I make the math correct? When I was your age, I was completely a novel. Correct. Was completely a novel every 2 or 3 days. Oh wow. I will 16, 2020, 24, 2025. That's impressive. It's also by the way, that's kind of a good thing about Twitch is when you talk. Yeah, no computers back then. Yeah, that's kind of impressive. Like because now thanks to Twitch and like social medias, sometimes like you do talk to someone. Well, when they don't say their age, I'm specifying for the yeah, I'm specifying for the point I'm going to make. Like if people don't say the age, sometimes you're talking with someone and you're like, that person seems young, that person seems like to know stuff. You never think about like the people is older than you. I think at least for my case, but still I still take in account that it's possible. But it's really interesting to see like on Twitch now we are talking like I'm 19, you're 60, around 59, and you're going to be 60. So it is strange like we are talking like we are talking in between each other, like we are basically in a coffee. I come across as being much younger because of my jokes. Streamers sometimes think I am a kid. I mean, fair, maybe. Although it's a bit rough as a comment, but maybe. A bit harsh, I need to correct myself. I like to troll the streamers a bit, which is what kids do. I think everyone on Twitch has at least one streamer that we all did jokes about, or we did jokes with, at least, and so yeah. Also, one thing I noticed about the travel I just did, for the yeah, you cannot see it. For the entire travel, I emptied the water gog. It's entirely empty now, almost empty. So one way go and back is emptying the entire locomotive in water. So yeah, the streamer that we all joke about. I mean, to be fair, I also joke about myself. Moreover, because I did the clip where I was like all crooked and I imitated like the stereotype of a burglar. Which made my mom laugh, by the way. Understandably, that to be fair. What do you do, what do the cylinder stops do? The cylinder stops do. The cylinder stop. The cylinder. You mean the? It's like parking brake. The cylinder controls inside the locomotive. You have reverse. The cylinders on the left. The C. You mean? Wait. I need to move the camera because otherwise you're not going to able to see it. Ah yeah, no, you can see it. This one. If I'm not on the game. You mean this? The first person. The cylinder. First person. Think where? Cylinder cocks. That's enables me to. I mean, it's the same. It's the same switch as here. It makes just. Why can I not load? Oh. It just makes steam come out of the side of the locomotive when you're rolling at a set speed. It's more for aesthetics, but in real life it lets out the pressure if the pressure is too much when you're at the station. Is my train rolling forwards? It is slightly rolling forwards. By the way, I think for the Railroads Online stream, I'm going to put the camera, I mean where it is now, because you can see the things on the bottom down there, which I think other side. I just realized the other side because it changes. Yeah, my train is definitely creeping quite slowly, but it is creeping. Can you please stop creeping because that's creepy. Oh god, like I am quite offset now. But I have my brakes on. Yeah. Why are you creeping? It's not even that much of an incline. Bruh, come on. Do I need to tie all the brakes so it doesn't move an inch? And it's still creeping! Why does it do this? Why? It's physically not possible. A train is creepy for Halloween. Fair. Fair joke. I mean, to be fair, I can also do another thing. Oh, yeah, no, why? Because that's... No? Wait, that doesn't make sense. I mean, we're on a flat spot, it shouldn't do this. I just thought about this. Why does that one break sound different than the rest? Okay, there's some Halloween stuff happening. Okay, now we have the water spout on the dome. Great. Are you full even? Yes, you are. Great. Next. Thank you. Forward. Go. Run. Run, Forest, run. I need to watch that movie too again. I kinda like it. Also, a thing I just thought of, if we have long trains coming here, the water tower is useless here. It would be way better after the switch over there, because both trains can go and water themselves. They shot Bubba. Oh, by the way, I have a game planned for Halloween. I don't think a lot of people guessed the game right for now, but believe me when I say that when I'm going to start the stream and people will know the game, they're going to be, oh, that one, that makes sense. I'm expecting the psychology. By the way, I could buy more train cars, and I think it's way useful. Can you still load use? You know, you cannot. Okay, so while I'm going to do forwards Dead by Daylight with strangers, I mean, it was planned that I play Dead by Daylight during Halloween, yes. I mean, it's still planned, but it's not the game I'm really planning. I mean, I could do this too when I do the Dead by Daylight part, but it's not that. It's not that. It's an entire different game. I can do a little clue. It's a solo game. It's a story game and it's a solo game. That's the first clue I can give because it's like for Halloween, so why not? That's the first clue I can give. I will buy another one, you know what? Because more cars, more money. Let's go. This train is going to be shortly long. I just made a joke without even thinking about a joke. Great. Ghostbusters. I mean, there is Ghost. Oh, there is Midnight Ghost Hunt, which is kind of a Ghostbuster game. There is Midnight Ghost Hunt, which is a Ghostbuster game. We could play it. I never played it. We could though. On stream, it would be quite fun, I think. But yeah, I mean, I didn't thought about this first, but that could be a plan. That could be quite a cool plan, actually. It would be maybe entertaining to see me scream. I must have my morning tea. Be right back. Try to not die. Oh, I should not. And bon appetit. I mean, you said tea, so it's good drink. Brain doesn't work fine. Just skip the thought. You understood what I meant. Great. The train, I love how the train was creeping to go to the water, and now it's creeping to move. Move normally. Moreover. Can you please? Yes. I know what you were referencing, just so you know. Aha! You should go with the creep thing. Just think. No fuel cost, no water needed, no sand, just a shit ton of patience. True, maybe I should do this, yeah. Great asset to the company. Yeah. Oh, I mean, there's a lot of games, like for Halloween, I could play. But when I thought about Halloween, like, there was one clear idea in mind of game that I could play that day. Why is it only 2? Eh? Huh? Why is it only 2? That doesn't... Why is it again only 2? Is there a limit of how many cars you can have? As long as the train can pull it, which means no. No limits. I mean, to be fair, it's like real life. As long as you can pull the train, there's no limits. Which is realistic. Even though like the train is becoming heavier each time I do this, but again, why? Okay. And adding another locomotive doesn't allow to tow more. I mean, adding another locomotive allows me to pull more train cars because, well, the traction of the locomotive adds up. Yes. But the thing is, like, another locomotive is at least 2,000, which is a lot. But as long as, to be fair, like the problem, as long as Betsy can pull these empty cars up the hill, I don't need to worry. It's only when it cannot do this anymore that I may need to buy an entire set of train cars or locomotive. But I don't think I will buy like first of all, like the level 2 engines. Yes, they are kinda good, but they're not that good, to be fair. The first locomotive that is quite useful is the Coke Mogul that can pull a lot, like a big lot. Can I do this now? And also I cannot buy a caboose on this train because the caboose is going to be way heavier than the entire train. No, you must buy all the locos, that's the game. I mean, to be fair, the game does invite you to buy all the locomotives, yes, but I mean, to be fair, there's some locomotives that are not useful at all, like literally not useful in any point and cases. Like, look, locomotive, the tier 2, what locomotive is useful? This one I just don't like the aesthetic. That's not the good one. No, maybe, but it's used. Like the thing is, like the traction it has, I would be way better off like buying another Betsy than buying any other locomotives at the start. But Betsy is not that strong, so the shed truck one should be the best one for the grades. Yeah, true. True, but it's really costly. To be fair, like I know, like the first three, you can choose the first three engine, which is the Montezuma, the Betsy, and the Shay. Personally, I use the Betsy as a, well, kind of an homage, because like the first locomotive of the game, you started like when you start Pine Valley, you only start with Betsy and a big rail car. But on the other two maps, you can choose at the start. I personally choose Betsy because I kind of have a little affection for the locomotive. But oh well. But yeah, true, like the Shay should be the best one for the grades. The thing is, it's only for the grades, I don't know, because here it's the only locomotive that is like purposefully useful is a locomotive that can handle the brakes going downhill and handling the empty train cars going uphill. By the way, I could do like a mathematics. If I go in the railcar section, how many does that? That weighs 2.5. So, and a big. Where's the mouse? That's not a good one. That's the right one. Yay! Found the right one. By the way, I also need to brake because we are already on a downhill here. Oh yes, it's lagging way off than what I anticipated. So, grade, I need 3%. Realistic, I need to, okay, so, if I do 1, it's 8. 8.3. So if I add, whoa, it's really picking up speed, by the way. I just added like some train cars, but it's quite picking up Betsy. So it can pull 8, so like 2.5, which means if we take out like, oh wait, I need to do a calculation. So it can pull 58 58.5 uphill, empty, big rail cars, which means, wait, I can do mathematics. More halloween up. Yeah, internet is stopping. I mean, to be fair, I said like I'm taking speed, but it's actually quite slowing well. It's slowing down quite well, to be fair. Kind of impressive. The speed did just slow down. Wow. So I do. If I do 58.5 and I divide it by 2.5. What the 34 small rail cars. 34 to be exact, 44.2, but I can go a little heavier and can add another one, and that means like I have 66.8 that I divide by 2.5. That gives me, I inverted the numbers, I think, because then now it says 26, which doesn't make sense, so I need to invert it. I need to put the big number first. So it's like 2.5 divided by, oh, I'm not a mathematics guy, I think it figures. No, that doesn't still make sense. Eh? 58.5 that we divide by 2.5. 34, yes, that's... Okay, I know the problem. I inverted the numbers, that's why it gave me something weird. Yeah, it's 23 rail cars. If I go... Oh god, it's really picking up speed. I'm going 30 miles per hour downhill at 3%. Oops. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we can do... That's quite funny because I'm talking about like... We were talking about like being... People needing like technology to do things. Yes, indeed. And that's kind of an irony of the novel of the book now, because it's kind of, well, linked to daily lives. So yeah, that's kind of yeah, that's kind of the stuff we're dealing with now. I mean, like, division is like the only thing I don't know doing by head. I mean, except the really simple ones. But yeah. Yeah, it's like 26 train cars uphill, empty. 26, and I could go like 24 is the ideal number, and yeah, 26 is the maximum I can pull. So she can do quite a lot of rail cars in, which is good. Although I am kind of worried because if the train is already struggling to brake, I'm kind of... Did I lose a train car? I just need to check because I'm afraid that I lost one. No, I didn't. I didn't. Also, it's funny because when I'm scrolling on the map, it seems like the rail is really short. It is not. It is not short, like at all. It is not short at all. At all. Yeah, the train is never stopping again. Yeah. I mean, it's reassuring that I can buy more train cars, but the fact like the brakes is the problem now. The train brakes is the problem. I may need, like, when I can, to buy like the Cook Mogul because I know it's a good locomotive. First of all, it has air brakes, which is the best thing on the game. Air brakes is just awesome. Yeah, true. But also the thing I am kind of worried when I go downhill, if I do this, I'm afraid like the train cars are going to push themselves against each other and one is going to jump out of the rails. That's kind of the worry I have. It's not big worry, but that's something to take account for. But I never saw that happening, to me at least. I never heard of it happening, but I think it's something that can happen. And also the thing that is a little stressful is like I know that the water is going to run out every time I do the downhill, uphill, downhill, uphill. Like each time I unload here, I need to load the water back up again at the top of the hill. So yeah, alright, train wreck coming up. Action is inbound. True. True. Also, I think you can hear the engine screaming. I mean, the wheels are turning way faster than it's supposed to be, like quite clearly. And the engine is screaming when I do this. Like you can clearly tell the engine is not supposed to run this fast on the anywhere near this speed. So oh god. At least I made the railway made for speed, high speed trains. Sounds like a screwing machine, yeah, sewing machine. Yeah, screw. uh, great, I just misread sewing machine and I read screw. Great. Screw you, brain. Oh god, I need tea. Like real tea. Or water. Yeah, water is better. Ma machine à clous, ça existe, hein. Just ask my brain why I said this, but oh well. Oh. I love the little dance they're doing when they try to all node against each other. It's so I mean, it's kind of stressful, but it's funny. And I'm also afraid that the entire load is going to fill the the sawmill way faster than I think it's supposed to be. That's a little thing I'm afraid of now. I mean, how many logs do we have here now? We should go again maybe 2 or 3 times. But yeah, but each time I do a travel, the training is going to be longer anyway, so okay, I may need to True. I mean, like, it's funny because some games you think about dying first and then you think about something else. Here you're talking about everything else except dying. Because the problem I have now is like I didn't connected the logging camp to the depot because I thought it was way better to do this travel now, which to be fair is important. But now that I think of it, I think I screwed up because I don't know how many logs I can pull here, which kind of worries me, because if the thing is full, that means that there's maybe a chance that one load I do is going to have a log on the train, and I'm worried that if this famous logs is on the train, I cannot pull it up the hill anymore. I also love when I watch like the VOD of the deleted season, let's call it that. I love like when I talk English, when I talk sometimes I don't feel like I have a French accent. But when I hear like some words I say, it's very clear I have a French accent. Too much stress, you need to play some Diablo, something safe. I mean, Dead by Daylight is safe. Well, you just don't care. Which is my case. Quite ironically. I mean, to be fair, like Diablo is one of the rare games that I'm not interested in playing right now, as of now. But maybe in the future, I'm not sure. But it's not like a game that I'm like, I want to play it. It's like a game, yeah, I could play it one day, but not much interested. although I know it's famous, so I know people play it because they like it. That's why I'm not criticizing the game, or because first of all I didn't play it. Second of all, from what I heard, the gameplay doesn't interest me at least. So, but I'm not like trying to criticize the game. I mean, the only critic I did on the game was like the last map on Railroads Online. That just found stupid, like the way they did it. Like industries are on the map seem well placed, and then you go on the sad location and you realize, oh, that one is up a hill, and the industry it needs to be connected is the one next to it, which means I cannot not do a proper grade. That's kind of a bordering moment, which is a little annoying, but well. And by the way, just so you know, the cylinder cocks, when you turn them on, only does that. It doesn't do anything else. It's beautiful, but yeah, not very useful. When Diablo first came out, it was heavily criticized for being too simple, for being a click fest. First time phrase was used for that game. A little substance, but people loved it. Yeah. I mean, the Diablo games is not something, like I said, it's not something that I think I will play because it's not interesting me, at least. But I know like the game is not bad, because if it was bad, no one would play it. Like, let's be honest. It's too bad the ladies' skirts cool. No, we need some ladies. uh, by the way, because we're talking like about the cylinder cocks, if you watch the Back to the Future movie, there's one single scene when you have like the Dr. Brown. Yeah, Dr. Brown, is it called? Yeah, I think it's called Dr. Brown. The character of Dr. Brown, the lady that he has a crush on, when she waits at the station and you see the train coming in and it blows the cylinder cocks, the camera is at the level of the tracks where the cylinder cocks goes out, and when the train passes by the camera, you can literally see the camera that was fixed on the ground moving left to right due to the amount of pressure coming out of the cylinder, which is insane to think about. But at the same time, it's logic, because when you know like the pressure that is in the train, in other words, like around 150, I know like bigger locomotives have higher, and that's only narrow-gauge, so maybe it's like lower because it's a smaller engine. But I know like bigger locomotives, I have like, I don't know how many psi, but it's something insane if I remember correctly. But yeah, like literally in Back to the Future 3, you can see the steam engine coming in, and when the cylinder cocks is by the camera literally just moves and goes back, because the guy holding it just puts it back. Steam has 7 times the energy of that boiling water has. It's very powerful, and we use that technology, just not for trains anymore. True. Now we use it for proper tea. I mean, yeah, like, it's sad because like the steam engine technology is really precise, is really well thought. Really well thought. At least for the time they were created. But like like the first time when I was a kid, I remember like seeing that scene and seeing the camera just move to the side, and was like, that's weird. Why does it do that? Why did he do that? There's not even like a proper effect. There's nothing important to the right. And then I realized why the camera just moved suddenly, and I'm like, oh damn. Electrical generation is probably the most common. Steam turbine. Yeah, true. Yeah, true. I mean, it's not like, yeah. Never mind. I wanted to say it's like it's not like to move something, but in a steam turbine, well, you turn the turbine with the steam, but it's not like you use uh, pistons. But yeah, to be fair, that's like the most known one is steam that way. Also, there are those steam. Oh yeah. I love like steam. The steampunk style is something that I just love. I just love like the steampunk. Which is quite ironic because the mousepad, yeah, the mousepad I have is made by my aunt. She did like a AI generated image with a steam locomotive, steampunk style, and in the background you have like the La Tour Eiffel, the Eiffel Tower. No, except if you're talking about the train component that I don't know of, maybe. Okay, just one moment. I need to take a sip. No, it's a style of car. Oh, a style of car. Like you mean? Ah, um, like proper car or train cars. I think you're talking about a proper car. I think you would like. So it's rat rods, car. I saw something in France apparently also. Oh, that one. Oh, I know the one. Yeah. Isn't it like in the automobile? Yeah. Isn't it like I know like we saw. Ah, I know. Isn't it in line one of the few Fast Furious movies I saw? I think there's one like that in the Fast Furious movies. And I also know, at least from the pictures I have, I think it's also the Adams family that uses it in Wednesday, in the Wednesday Netflix show, and maybe even in the movies. Like I don't watch that franchise, Fast and Fast and Furious. Yeah, I mean, I watched like some of them because well, it's known because my friends want me to watch it. To be fair, I watched it. There's some of them like the first one is good. The first one is good. But I don't know. But the further the story goes, it just doesn't make sense. Like literally, it doesn't make sense. By the way, I also know like the most recent one, Fast and Furious, is shit because they literally throw cars into space apparently, or some bullshit like that. Which I like. I'm not like one guy that loves. I'm not like a automobile expert or anything like that, but like throwing cars in space, why? Like literally, why? In a movie more so, or more so, in a movie that's supposed to be like about races, cool cars, great. What is cool about throwing a car in space? Like what? Yes, I watched the first one, but the following ones were not good. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I watched all the movies until like the blonde cop died, like the actor physically died in the movie. They also did like an homage about this. I saw all the movies until that point, but I know like after this, it's not good. Like it's really, 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 really bad. The only reason that franchise makes money is because of the support from the cars mod. Yeah, true, true. Also, I need a thing that we can note that is a good point about these movies. Those movies is like you see a lot of known cars, Yes, like I agree on this point. It's the cars are well known. Even I, that I don't know the cars, know they're mostly famous. But like, oh yes, in the one of the movies that I watch about Fast and Furious, there's one scene when you have a car in a building that goes out of a window and jumps from building to building to building. And when I saw like I was like kinda young, but at that moment I was like, Father, does that make a bit ton of sense? Like, bruh, come on. Like, jumping a car from a building, yes, okay, that works, fine. But landing on in another building and then going out again and then landing again and going out again. Huh? Bruh, what? Th Give me the scriptwriter so I can punch his face. But like, that doesn't make sense at all. Like, literally doesn't make sense. Even as a kid, I knew it wasn't physically possible. Like, a kid. Like, if I were an adult and I judged something like that, I would be, yes, but maybe kids believe it. But no, I was a kid at the time, and I still found it stupid. I have Mini Cooper as so my movie is the Italian. Oh, Italian Job. It's one of the movies that me and my family watch from time to time. We love it. We love it. It's so good. And it's also not one of the movies about a robbery with cars that doesn't go like insanely unrealistic. It's kind of, I mean, the only questionable thing about this movie is when you have like the truck in the road that falls perfectly straight in the subway system. That's the only moment where I'm like, well, that could work, but I don't think it's realistic. But still, it's not something where you stop watching the movie and you're like, that's unrealistic as shit. No. That's actually really kind of realistic. If you do the thing properly, of course. But yeah, the Italian Job is a really good movie. Personally, I just love it. Also, like, talking about robberies, movies. Ocean 11 and Ocean 13 and also Ocean 8. I just love them. I love them. Ocean 12 for me is kind of a joke. It's a good movie to transition and to explain why you have some enemies in the 13, but the 12 for me doesn't make sense as a movie. And the Bourne Identity features the Mini. Yeah. Also a good franchise. Yeah. To be fair, like when I saw they did like Ocean 8, my brain immediately thought like they are going to be a full franchise with 3 movies, which doesn't seem to be happening, which is kind of a bummer because, well, the movie is quite good. Like Ocean 8 is, I mean, it's kind of good because it's the sister of the main character we know of the Ocean movies. The woman character all have their personality and are very well written. Very well written. It's not also it's not like sexist jokes, sexist remarks. It's like inequality. It's like this person, like the sister of the character of Ocean is as smart, maybe even smarter. I just realized the error I made on this railroad. I ran the entire train with the water cap open. We don't talk about this. Oops. Oops. But like, I would be interested. Most disappointing movie, Top Gun Maverick. The first one was bangers. The Conjuring is a steaming pile. I mean, to be fair, I didn't saw the Maverick. My father tells me it's good because it's more realistic for the actual subjects. But yeah, I also heard like some people don't think it's that good. So I need to look at it to have like my proper judgment, to be settled on what I need to think about this movie. But yeah, some people are really upset about it. Now we can close this properly. How many logs do we have? I can do another load. Oh, wait, I need to do calculations. How many logs do I have on the entire train? We know on one car I have... Yeah. I mean, Ocean 11 has a great soundtrack. Ocean 13 also has a great soundtrack. Top Gun Maverick, Top Gun. I was about to say Maverick, but I didn't saw the movie, so I don't know the soundtrack. But Top Gun, the first soundtrack, I know it's legendary with the or something like that. Why can I not load this one? Like I'm supposed to be able to. Hello, game. So that's one loaded. Why does it? And now he... Great. I'm not going to say anything. Except that I'm not going to say anything. And now you don't want to load that one? Great. So I have 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 multiplied by 5 is 45 logs total. So I can do a little more runs with this train. I mean, I can do basically at least 2, maybe even 3, and maybe a 4th one. I don't know. It's also funny because I thought like that this stream is going to be mostly French, but well, because we are farming and not doing anything special, English is way better. It's better. What was the accent I just did? I'm not going to question it. Wait, what was the accent? I did like a beta with almost with a German accent. I need to question my brain sometimes. And now if you don't want to load that one... Ah, you're going to load that one. Great. Next. Uh. I just received like an email from a streamer colleague about the 2v8 game mode that's coming to DBD for for a little while. Although when does it come out? It comes out the 12th. The 12th, where so the cylinder of the cocks, it's supposed to drain the water when the engine is not being operated. Oh, that makes sense. I thought it was to release the pressure of steam if it was too high. Although that really makes sense, because if a train is not being operated, I mean, it means it's stopped, and at the station you stop. That is perfectly logical. Now that I think of it. Oh, okay, that's interesting. No. I mean, to be fair, I didn't. I saw. I saw only the first one. I didn't saw Venom Carnage. Carnage. I didn't saw that one. And I don't even know. There's a third one. Or are you talking about Carnage? I did a mix of French and English there. I'm thinking of going. It's in the theaters. Really interesting. I may be able to buy tickets with yes, it's the final one. Oh, so there is a third one. Oh, that's really interesting. That's really interesting. Huh. Although I think if we watch that one, we need to watch the Carnage movie, which means that I need to find a way to look it. There's also an IMAX version which I want to see. I mean, from sorry, language. I said it not very well. You need to see Carnage. Oh yeah? Is it because I play Dead by Daylight? Dead by Daylight. Carnage is really good. Okay, that's good to know. I mean, I wanted to see it because the character design interests me. So I need to see how it handles. But that's interesting. I mean, just so you know, like in France, I don't know if it's the same thing in other countries. We students have a pass that allows us to buy anything cultural related. So it can be movies, it can be books, it can be sadly not games. So that's what I use. That's what I use to go to the cinema and look at well, movies, which is paid. You have a little amount of money, a set amount of money that you can use for anything you want. Food is culture, yeah. But like for instance, like with the pass culture, it's how we call it in French, the pass culture. With that, I bought all the comics book that I want, that are really costly. I mean, and when I say really costly, it's not a joke. It's like really costly. For instance, like Snowpiercer, I bought I obtained the first. Oh, we have a light on top of our head. Oh wow. That one is really bright. I just love the effect. It's so well made. It's so beautiful. But I love when you have the light on top of yourself. You have like dancing is a culture, and also you could gain some spots for the Olympic sports, but which is kind of ironic. It's only the sports that didn't sold a single ticket. For instance, boxing. Like boxing in France didn't sold a single ticket. Not a single one. Not even in a. I don't think it was even on the TVs. So yeah, I'm going to save the game. I need to go eat. Uh, Attendez! In French, that means wait. Bon appétit. Merci beaucoup. And you go eat. I will come back later. Maybe for Dead by Daylight. Camera bottom right, and I will reply to. I need to do this, yeah. And I will come back maybe for Dead by Daylight. First off, before going to Dead by Daylight, I need to reply to the streamer, and then we'll see. But after eating, I will come back and play something, maybe Railroads Online. If I do, it's going to be mostly planning the route to the depot, so that I don't have to worry about the logs being full. Yeah, we'll see, but see you later. Et mesdames et messieurs, c'était Westman. On se revoit dans l'Ouest. Railroad Tycoon Deluxe, play that. It's free. Yeah, mais well, we'll see. I have some games planned, so we'll see. I'll see what I will play. So, à tout à l'heure. See you later.